Indianapolis Motor Speedway. This is an RTV6 News special. Trackside 6.
It is Carb Day in Indianapolis. A live look at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Take a look at that view. The iconic speedway where hundreds of thousands of people will be here over the weekend as we celebrate Memorial Day in Indianapolis. The only way it's done, the best way it's done in the country, with that view, with the racing, the fans, the people. Welcome to Indianapolis again on this beautiful Carb Day here at Pagoda Plaza. I'm Rafael Sanchez with my colleague.
And I'm Meredith Barrick.
I was going to announce you.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much.
Barrick.
And what a difference a few hours make, Rafael. Just a few hours ago, downpouring storms, and look at this now. Beautiful sunshine. We're sweating a little bit out here too.
Listen, and we're getting in the way of one of the most beautiful sights on the track. So let's part like the Red Sea. This, of course, back home again, Pagoda Plaza, the iconic pagoda. And as you can see already, Meredith, many of our friends have showed up for what is now the official start of the Memorial Day weekend.
They have. People are excited out here. They've been out here for hours. We drove in. Those campgrounds are full. People are pumped for race weekend.
They're pumped. They have their sunscreen, their bottled water, and their good spirits to enjoy all that is great about Indianapolis this weekend.
Yeah, so we want to hand things over to Brad Brown to talk a little bit more about what's going on inside. You can hear those noises. Brad, how's it going?
And Dave first made it trackside here. We're at the start-finish line as practices got underway. The one thing I would say, it was raining cats and dogs at this place about 9 a.m. this morning. The crew here did an unbelievable job. Basically started on time with this practice today.
Well, by the way, I just came down from the PA stand, so we're getting ready for the Freedom 100 to call that action. But practice continues out on the 2.5-mile oval. They brought in some of the old NASCAR Air Titans that disperse the air unlike anything you've ever seen before. And they do a great job. They did a great job drying this track, and they only lost about 20 minutes or so of track time. They're still going to wrap up this practice session at 12:35 to get ready for the Freedom 100. But they've already had almost 900 laps turned in the 45 minutes they've been green.
Let's take a look at some of the early action from this here today. This is that last opportunity for teams to get what they need to get for Sunday. More importantly, though, we're seeing these teams have their pit boxes set. They're trying to figure out how that's all going to work out for Sunday. So really, there's not a lot to it, but some very important things that happen today.
This is a full-on dress rehearsal, if you want to call it that, because both the crews on pit lane and the drivers out on the 2.5-mile oval, everything they need to get ready for Sunday's race.
And we've already had a little bit of a bump. About 11:45, Graham Rahal found himself, frankly, a little bit too close to the wall in turn 2. He saved it. Graham did, but boom, there it was. Left a good mark over there. They had to bring it in and tweak that just a little bit, but we might see another one of those before we're done today.
He's been driving a very different line throughout the course of the month. He goes in early and gets out late. That's why you see him constantly up against that wall. It's a line that he obviously likes a lot, but man, too close for comfort sometimes out there.
Let's take a look at the quick 6 for practice. The speed's up over 225 miles an hour. Look who's at the top, though.
Oh, I know that guy.
TK talked yesterday about everybody not showing everything today, though. I thought it was a fascinating perspective on Carb Day, and the term sandbagging came up, and it might be legit because, listen, there's some good names on this list, but a couple of these guys are going to struggle to be contenders up front come Sunday.
Well, how about 3 Indy 500 champions on that list?
Absolutely.
Sebastian Bourdais is, of course, a 5-time series champion as well. So a lot of big names, a lot of heavy hitters, and yes, a little bit of gamesmanship out there so far today.
We'll see how it goes in this last, where are we at? About 30 minutes of practice. As Dave said, they'll go to 12:35. We got the Indy Lights race after this. We'll have the pit stop competition as well, and turned out to be a pretty nice day out here.
Can we just bottle this for Sunday?
Oh, man. Just for 3.5 hours.
That's all we need. That's all we're looking for. Some dry time here. Look at the pagoda getting ready to go. Carb Day 2019.
Enjoy the afternoon.
We will do that.
Absolutely.
I'm in air conditioning all day.
He's going inside. Okay, we're going to hang out here. We'll get you the tail end of practice. We're going to try and talk to a couple of the fast drivers before we're done, and more of the afternoon coming up here from start-finish line. Rafael and Meredith, we'll look forward to the rest of the day here.
Thank you, Brad and Dave. I don't know if you watched their special last night. They've been doing specials every Thursday night, and our sports team, if I can brag just a little bit on them, what an amazing job. Not only are they experts at covering this event, but their storytelling has been spectacular, and so it's been proud to see them bring those messages home belong to us.
And it's so amazing to see there is so much more beyond all of this. The personal stories of all the IndyCar drivers and everything and more. Just amazing.
And those guys find like those unique stories every year. So guys, bragging on you, good job this year, as always. The fans, we have a couple of them behind us from Indianapolis and Houston.
Yes.
And they even have their championship belts on. Now, I gave Robbie a hard time. He's from Indianapolis, and he's wearing his wrestling championship belt. I reminded him that this is an IndyCar event. So explain the theme, Robbie.
Well, the theme this year, we decided we're going to go all WWF All-Stars. So we got Macho Man and Goldust and Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan, Legion of Doom, and we borrowed a child's title belt just to show off, put a little flash, a little pizzazz.
So there are kids in Indianapolis and Houston crying, wondering where their toy belts are, right?
Right.
What is it about this event that brings you back every year?
I mean, it's just such a good time all weekend long. So, I mean, we're out. A couple of us have been out since, I think this is probably our 12th or 13th Carb Day in a row, and it's just a blast to be out in the weather, see the cars.
And Leslie, this is your first Indy 500 weekend. What are your thoughts so far?
It's a lot to take in. There's a lot going on.
You are from Houston, so you know humidity. So this for you is like this is like easy peasy.
There's a breeze. It's nice. It's cool. Yeah.
I should point out, Meredith, that this group of people, they are prepared.
They are.
Listen, these do not belong to Cinderella. These are the official footwear if you're coming out to the track this weekend in the event. It rains. We're not expecting any rain anymore. The rain is over. These are yours.
You might need them on. You might need them on Sunday.
Maybe. But if you don't want them, just bring them to us, and we'll fashion them for you. Okay. Well, thank you so much, everybody. Indianapolis, Houston, thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Enjoy the race. Oh, you got bell. Oh, this is the I am being belted as the.
Do we expect? As I get twisted in my microphone here, I'm officially hooked to my microphone for life. Do we expect anything else from Rafael Sanchez, dressed to the nines?
Some outfit changes on Sunday morning, but for now, we're just champion.
I'm not meant to be a world champion wrestler, I suppose.
Let's head back to Studio A with Nicole Griffin. Nicole, we have a belt for you as well, so do not worry. We're going to bring back some food and a belt, so because you are a champion as well.
Thank you guys so much. Looks like a lot of fun out there, but we want to get some headlines for the day. New this midday, we are getting our first look at the 4-year-old boy who is missing after being swept away by rushing water in Delphi. Moments ago, investigators released this picture of Owen Jones of Monticello. Police say he was with a group of kids playing at Riley Park in Delphi. One of them called 911 around 6 last night after seeing the 4-year-old disappear in Deer Creek. Owen was last seen wearing a blue sleeveless shirt and blue shorts. Investigators say currents are strong right now and everyone should be cautious playing in or near the water. Also new this midday, celebrity chef Mario Batali has pleaded not guilty to criminal charges of groping a woman. Batali was charged with indecent assault and battery in Boston. A woman told police she was groped in March of 2017 after Batali told her he would take a selfie with her. Batali was co-host of the former ABC talk show The Chew. He was fired following several allegations of sexual misconduct. He has also since sold his interest in all of his restaurants. Now we want to take a live look outside right now at our RTV6 Weather Now cameras and meteorologist Todd Clausen standing by. Todd, people want to hear from you today.
Yeah, we had those heavy downpours that moved through that Dave and Raphael and Meredith mentioned. Radar nice and quiet now. So if you're still thinking about heading out to the track or just about anything you want to do outdoors here for the remainder of the day, I really don't think we're going to see much more in the way of storm action. There could just be a stray storm that pops up here and there this afternoon in the peak heating of the day, but there's no front going through, and those storms this morning were part of a warm front that has been working its way through the area. All this rain should stay off to our west here at least throughout the day today. So the crowds are filing in here to IMS. They're turning lots of laps, and they'll wrap up that and the Freedom 100 race here with no issues whatsoever. Now, I mentioned the warm front going through. You can see exactly where it is right now. 83 already in Bloomington, 79 in Indianapolis, but look at only 60s here to the north. 64 in Peru, 60 66 is the current temperature in Tipton. So this warmer air will continue to work its way to the north. Everybody gets into the 80s here this afternoon, but when you factor in that humidity, it's going to make it feel like it is going to be in the 90s across the area. So 84 degrees here by 3 p.m. Our high should get up to right around 86 degrees this afternoon. I'll talk more about the rain chances that we have for Legends Day and Race Day for you coming up in just a few minutes. But right now, we're going to get an update on the roads with Elena.
All right, thank you, Todd. Here's a look up on the northeast side. So this is I-465 right around I-69 in those eastbound lanes. You can see that right lane is blocked. Emergency crews are on the scene, and that's because of a crash. Traffic slowly moving through. The good news is this is nowhere near IMS for your Race Day festivities. Let's take a look at the map. I'll point out a couple things you're going to want to pay attention to. So Georgetown Road closed south of 25th Street, and that's because of the race, as well as 16th Street between Olin Avenue and that 16th Street roundabout. This will also be underway on Sunday for Race Day, so keep that in mind as you're making your way down to Speedway this weekend. Closed right now, Vermont Street between Pennsylvania Street and Delaware Street, and that's because of that festival that's underway, that 500 festival. And tomorrow you're going to want to pay attention to this if you're a downtown driver. Meridian Street and Pennsylvania Streets, those are going to be closed between Washington Street to the south all the way up to 15th Street up in the north, and that's because of the parade that will be underway tomorrow. So keep that in mind, but be sure to stay here. After the break, we'll have more live coverage of Carb Day at IMS. Look at those crowds out there having some fun.
That's why the bananas look so good at Meyer.
Live from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, this is Trackside 6.
Hey, when we say Trackside, we mean it. We're this close to the Yard of Bricks, and take a look at some of the folks over here. This is, of course, one of the best photo spots in all of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, as they come from all over the country and all around the world to get an up-close look at this Carb Day right here at IMS. We got about 20 minutes left in practice. More of the top speeds. Tony Kanaan still the fastest, over 225 miles an hour. We'll get you some more of this as we come back here, but this is going to be one of the places to be for a lot of people here today. Another place to be, of course, is Pagoda Plaza. That's where our crew is ready to continue with our Carb Day live coverage. They're all there right now. More of the fans. Hi, Rob.
Hey, here on Pagoda Plaza, we have found a patriarch who has been coming to the races since 1973. Jeff McClure, tell me your family members, because they all have racing names, right? So
this is Brayton Scott, named after Scott Brayton. Jeff McClure, he's named after Jeff Gordon. And my daughter, Allison Jane, named after A.J. Foyt, because she's not Anthony Joseph.
So you had to make do.
Yes.
Now the rest of the clan, no names? They're just friends?
Aaron, yeah,
just regular people.
Daughter, adopted brother.
Just regular people.
Yes, absolutely.
So what is it like now, so many years later, being able to bring the whole crew and it still be a family tradition?
My kids would give up Christmas, their birthdays, to come out here for the track. We used to live outside the Fort Turn, about a block away, not even. We butt up against the North 40, the racetrack.
So you never heard the engines. It was very quiet in May at your house.
First time. Shook the house.
Hole in the fence to get into the track. Covered it up with a sign.
No kidding. So you guys used to sneak in here back in the day?
Yeah.
We might get these guys kicked out right now.
Well, it's great to see the McClure family enjoy this family tradition, because we know that this event is also about family, right? We remember all our folks that served in the service, but we also celebrate family on this weekend. Mr. McClure, nice job. Hey, nice meeting all of you. Nice meeting all of you. Enjoy it. Enjoy the weather, sunscreen. Don't forget the water.
And Ralph, they all have the right idea with the cut-off sleeves and all that, because the mercury is rising out here. You and I are sparkling a little bit, as I'd like to say. And our Kevin Gregory is standing by right now with a little more on what we can expect weather-wise for the rest of Carb Day today. Hey, Kevin.
Hello, hello. Let me say hi on this Carb Day. Todd Clausen is handling the forecast. I am in the weather on Pagoda Plaza. And we're going to give you a little sampling of what it's like. It is humid. They're the Humidity Brothers. Give them a round of applause, everybody. All right, let's meet the Humidity Brothers. Your first name?
Greg. I'm Trevor.
Kevin. Tim. So is this a routine to show up on Carb Day?
Yes, every year they plan it. Hang out.
Okay, who remembers doing a leaf collection in high school? Anyone remember doing a leaf collection in high school?
He does.
What kind of tree is this?
Shade tree.
Yeah, it's a shade tree. It's a mighty pin oak, and it's funny because you don't think about shade at the track until you need it. But in Pagoda Plaza, this is one of several huge pin oak trees, and it attracts a crowd on a sunny day. And I just want to show you that the Humidity Brothers have their own fan club right here. Yeah, they're getting a lot of local support, so they're on RTV6's camera, but they're also on everybody's phone camera. One other thing, there's just a look at the crowd. A lot of people just hang out right here and let the rest of the crowd come to them. And of course, it's still practice for the Indy cars, and then we got the Freedom 100 coming up. Hopefully you're getting a taste of Carb Day here, and of course it will end with the concerts with Foreigner and Cool in the gang later. It won't be cool though, gang. It will be hot and humid this afternoon. We'll be back with more talk at the Brickyard. Breakfast at the Brickyard is reserved for race morning. We'll be back with more right after this.
Only on RTV6 News.
From the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, this is Trackside 6.
Can you feel the breeze here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway? It is rather warm today, probably one of the warmest days in the entire month, but what a great way to start this Memorial Day weekend here in Indianapolis with a couple thousand of our friends.
Our closest friends.
Closest.
Yes.
Welcome to Indianapolis. It is great to have you here, RTV6 live at Pagoda Plaza.
Yeah, I'm Meredith Barrick, Rafael Sanchez. And Rafael, you know, once you get here from Carb Day, you unpack the car, maybe crack open a beverage, fire up the grill.
Find the chicken.
Yeah. Well, our Erin Lish got the assignment. She was the lucky one to go out and check out what people are up to now that Carb Day is underway. We're going to send it over to Erin to see who she found, what friends she ran into.
Erin,
hey,
what'd you find? Hey.
We're here with Jason. When we were driving by, what were you yelling to us?
I said it's the Catalina wine mixer, baby! Woo!
What is so fun about Carb Day?
It's great. You got all your friends out here drinking beer, you're cooking out, you're playing cornhole, sun's out, it's beautiful.
You gotta show us, what do you guys have to eat over here?
Come on in, we'll get you something. We got some pulled pork. We got a bunch of brats. Life is good. We got like 6 cases of beer on ice. I think we're gonna be all right.
How many have you had so far?
At least 12. And I had a breakfast drink.
Is that just getting started?
Yes, it's Carb Day. Catalina wine mixer, baby!
I'm telling you, so much fun here, guys. We're gonna have a little bit more coming up, but for now, I'll send it back to you guys.
I love it. Life is good.
It is.
Because it's the big weekend in Indianapolis. We know that public safety is on point. We know that the track is monitoring not only what's happening here on the ground, but also up in the sky. So it's all about having a safe weekend, and all those folks are working together to make sure that, you know, all these folks just have a great weekend.
Yeah, and everyone gets along. That's what's important.
Kevin Gregory?
I think so. Why not? Hey, KG, what's going on in your neck of the woods? Oh, Nicole.
We love Nicole.
The other G.
The other G,
Griffin.
our other OG in the house.
Nice in the air conditioning.
Did I hear my name?
You
yes,
did, but we were wrong.
So listen, wait a minute. I tossed to you. Nicole is there as well.
Yes.
Rain or no rain? Do you know yet? Are we close?
There's no rain right now.
Perfect.
I do know.
Nicole, there you have it. No rain.
All right, guys, thank you so much. We'll check in just a few minutes. Well, this midday, we're still working to learn the names of 2 people killed in a plane crash in Hancock County. We have learned the plane was on its way to Nevada when it went down. That's according to our ABC affiliate in Reno. The cause of that crash investigation is still underway. President Trump is ordering the U.S. intelligence community to quickly and fully cooperate with Attorney General William Barr's review of how the Russia investigation into the Trump campaign got started. The move comes as 2 federal courts have already sided with Congress in effort to secure financial documents as they continue their investigations into Trump. ABC's Serena Marshall has more from Washington. All right, now we want to look towards our forecast right now. We have meteorologist Todd Clausen joining me at the desk right now. Todd, everyone wants to know what the forecast. I know you've probably got tons of questions the last few days.
I love the Indy 500, but it's also my least favorite week of the year because I can't go anywhere without anybody asking what the forecast is going to be for race day. And there's rain in the forecast, and we'll talk about that in a little more detail. First things first, let's get you to this Carb Day. Here is Storm Team 6 radar. And this morning, we had that big-time thunderstorm that rolled through downtown Indianapolis with all that heavy rainfall and the lightning. It moved out, and the good news is radar is nice and quiet. And I'm expecting it to stay this way throughout most of the afternoon. As we get towards the tail end of the afternoon, there could be just an isolated storm that's going to flare up because we're working in this very tropical-like atmosphere now with all the heat and humidity that's going to be around. But there's the last of the storms that have made their way off into Ohio. The warm front is still pushing to the north with cooler temperatures up towards Peru, warmer temperatures to the south, and I'll show you those in just a second. But then there's a cold front off to our west. So the key player is going to be the warm front that's going through today, and then that front kind of sags back down to the south as we head into race day. And that front, just like this morning, is going to be the trigger mechanism for some showers and thunderstorms. But this is a good sight. Hopefully we see this with a lot more people, obviously, in the stands on Sunday. But here's the dividing line right now. 60s to the north, 66 right now in Tipton, compared to 84 degrees already in Bedford, 79 in Indy. Then as you work your way to Greencastle, 81. So the warmer air is continuing to work its way to the north here this morning. As the warmer air comes in, so is the humidity across the area. So as we go throughout the course of the next few hours, we'll see temperatures that will be in the 80s and then eventually falling down into the 70s as we go throughout the course of the afternoon hours. So once we go throughout the afternoon, we'll start to see the temperatures cool off back down into the 70s just a little bit here across the area. But all in all, it's a decent forecast for us going forward throughout the afternoon and eventually into the evening hours. So again, the temperatures will start to make their way off the move through the area. As we go into the afternoon hours, highs will be topping off in the 80s, 87 in Bloomington, 88 in Columbus. So this evening here are those temperatures that'll be falling back down into the 70s. And eventually, as we work our way into the course of the weekend, we will see temperatures start to top off in the 80s once again tomorrow for Legends Day. And then race day, we're looking at a temperature right around 80 degrees. So as far as the rain chances go, we will see the rain build in on Saturday in the afternoon hours. There's a few spotty showers here and there, and then as we work our way into Saturday evening, we should be fine. As far as Sunday goes, we are going to be looking at some rain showers to the north initially, and then hopefully most of the morning looks dry, but I am still expecting some showers to settle southward as we go throughout the day on Sunday here across central Indiana. And as we work our way throughout the course of Sunday evening, some showers will be around as well. As far as the race goes, obviously can't run it in the rain. Hopefully the showers stay to the north throughout the afternoon hours before they start to make their way in here. But certainly I do think rain will be in the forecast. As we get into Monday, we're looking at the chance of a stray shower, temperature right around 83 degrees, and then temperatures will be in the 80s for Tuesday, falling into the 70s by Wednesday and Thursday.
All right, thank you, Todd. I'm going to point out a couple things you're going to want to pay attention to all race weekend long. So Georgetown Street's going to be closed, Georgetown Road, south of 25th Street. It's going to be closed, as well as 16th Street between Olin Avenue and that 16th Street roundabout. So those are on the west side and the south side of IMS. So keep that in mind. Right now, Vermont Street is already closed in preparation for the 500 parade. The Pennsylvania Street and Delaware Street, it's between that area that's closed, as well as Meridian Street and Pennsylvania Street. Those are going to be closed between Washington Street up to 15th Street, and that'll be underway tomorrow. So plan ahead if that is part of your drive. On the northeast side, this right lane still blocked eastbound 465 right before I-69. So if this is part of your drive, a little bit of a delay. Let's take a look at that on our live-in.traffic camera right now. Again, you can see traffic slowly moving through. It looks like a lot of cars are involved with this crash, but again, not causing too big of a backup, but cars are slowly moving through. Let's take a live look at IMS right now, though, for your Carb Day fun. You can see, look at all those crowds out there. It's an exciting time here in May at IMS. Stay tuned. We'll be back with you after the break.
RTV6 is working for you.
Live from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, this is an RTV6 News special, Trackside 6.
Welcome back a beautiful shot above Pagoda Plaza here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It is Carb Day. The crowds are out.
They're
the
amazing.
rain is gone, and it is turning out to be a great day, Raphael.
Bye-bye rain. Rafael Sanchez, Meredith Barrett coming to you live from Carb Day. We have planted the flags. Welcome to all our race fans from around Indiana and the world. Meredith, what have you done?
You have a tight grip there.
Well, anyway, welcome. We're so happy that you are here joining us today.
Yeah, and our Brad Brown and Dave First, they are right in the action right now. We want to send things over to Brad Brown. He's got to look at what's going on right now down there in the pits.
Raphael and Meredith, here's what's going on. It's the final 30 seconds of practice. I think you can see down the way there that white and red car, number 2, Joseph Newgarden, just pulled in for what's going to probably turn out to be his final pit stop because this 90-minute practice session is about to wind down. These teams have gotten a lot of work done today in this quick span. More than 1,500 laps have been turned. In fact, if we wait till about 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Brad Forrestal, if you want to show the flag stand, they're getting ready to wave the checkered flag on this session. So the cars that are on the track will bring it around one more time, get a chance to put some tires on this thing, and there you go. The first part of Carb Day is in the books as we wind things down. Earlier on, we got to show you this. About 5 or 10 minutes into practice, Colton Herta came in for a pit stop early on, and we wondered what exactly was going on with this. Well, as it turns out, that pit stop for Colton was meant to be actually a little more than a pit stop for Colton. Kid had to go to the bathroom. They've got restroom facilities at the bottom of the pagoda right here at the start-finish line, what's called the green room. The drivers get a chance to use that when they can, but young Mr. Herta had to take a golf cart over there for a quick break, come back, got it in, and the fastest rookie in the field got the 88 car back out there just as well. Again, they are winding down this practice session. What will happen next, all of these drivers will get on their pit stands for what's called a debrief. They'll kind of recap what they did with everyone here, and then we will see where the day goes from here. 9 of these cars are going to be in the pit stop competition. That comes up at 2 o'clock, and the next cars we will see on the track coming up here in the span of about 25 minutes will be the Indy Lights cars for the Freedom 100. A dozen guys making that run here on Carb Day as well. We're hoping to talk to a couple of these drivers as they kind of make their way up and down pit lane, but there goes the defending champ. Will Power's done for the day. We'll see if he can do it again on Sunday, and we'll have more for you here trackside coming up before we're done here at 1 o'clock. It is a nice day out here. This turned out to be nice. I like this.
It's fantastic,
right?
Brad. Fantastic.
I'm going to take the headsets off, and we're going to do regular TV here soon. We'll see you back here.
I am so jealous. Brad and Dave have the best jobs this month,
have a
right?
pretty good
They have
gig.
the best view. They talk to the drivers. They're in the middle of it all.
And you know who else has a good gig? This guy, because he can call in sick for Carb Day.
Corey and Megan from Plainfield. And of course, we know that Carb Day is used as an excuse to start the Memorial Day weekend a little bit early. But he's the boss, so he doesn't have to call anybody. But I love your shirt. Read it to us, please. Or Megan, why don't you read us the official Carb Day shirt?
Call in sick for Carb Day. And I got it here at the museum.
She's making sales as well.
She is. So if you too are calling in sick for Carb Day, wink, wink, we won't tell. You can come buy the same shirt here.
And Corey, happy 41st birthday early. I know it's in June, but I won't see you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
What does it mean? We've been asking this question. For everyone that comes through, this day, this weekend means something to them. So for you, why are you here?
Wow, I'd almost have to think about that one for a moment. But, I mean, seriously, what a tradition. I mean, Carburation Day was the last day that they got to adjust the carburetors on the cars. And now, as technology has changed, it's just so much more than that. Look around at the crowd. It is a huge celebration of where we are with the Indianapolis 500. And it's so awesome to live in the state of Indiana and to have this right in our backyard.
So, Corey, you would have thought that we scripted that question because you had it all down pat.
Dude, really?
All right.
Did we script this?
No, we did not.
We did not.
Our you come back,
everybody.
You come back next year.
Yes, sir.
And happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
Well, we will be here with more fans at Carb Day. Right now, we're going to send it to break. We hope you stick with us.
I need that shirt. I need a Carb Day shirt. So I can be off next year.
Rallies and checkers. Fast foodies know the deal.
Live from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, this is Trackside 6.
It is a May tradition, Carb Day, RTV6 Live on Pagoda Plaza. What a day. I'm hoping for an encore on Sunday because if this is what it's going to be like, right? A little cloudy, a little breezy, a little sunny.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
Yeah. Well, we are going to go to the expert for that answer. Our Kevin Gregory standing by. He's in the shade right now with a few Carb Day fans. Hey, Kevin, what's going on?
I am in the shade now. I will be in the shade later today. I will be in the shade on race day thanks to that beautiful tree. Okay, I consider Carb Day, race day, it's like a reunion every year. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely.
Okay, so although it's a reunion, I'm meeting you guys for the first time. Here we go. But you came up to me and you said, you knew me when?
1984. He was the #1 male tennis. You know, you're #1 singles.
So you're a
Rocked
Purdue
it at
student.
Purdue. I sure did.
Okay, so do you recognize me back when I looked like that?
1984. You look the same. He was a rock star tennis player. He was the guy.
That's good. Okay, let's start at the feet. Tell me about your wardrobe, and will it change for race day?
It will not change for race day, except for probably a shirt. My wife decided that this year we're going to do the colors, and we decided to do it.
Did you ever imagine that your beard would match the color scheme?
Not at this young of an age. No, sir. I never thought that.
Yeah. Well, I'm gray as well. Thank you guys so much. So anyone going to go see Kool and the Gang or Foreigner?
Absolutely.
So how many of you graduated from high school in the 80s? Anyone? Yeah. So that's right in the wheelhouse. All right, you ready? Finish this with me. Celebrate
good times. Come on.
All right, the concert will be down there. The concert will be here soon, but the real concert down between turn 3 and 4 in just a little bit. We're in Pagoda Plaza. You still have time to be here as well. We'll be here on race morning for breakfast at the Brickyard from 5 a.m. to 11. We're celebrating good times. We'll hit it one more time as we go to the break. Celebrate
good times. Come on.
Back after this.
Each. Rallies and checkers. Fast foodies know the deal.
Live from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, this is Trackside 6.
And we get a look at some of the thousands of fans packing what is called the Tower Terrace Grandstand right along Pit Road. Coming up in about 90 minutes, they're going to have one of the big events of the day in the pit stop competition, but they're getting ready for the Indy Lights Freedom 100 coming up here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Welcome you back here. Our Carb Day live coverage continues. We just wrapped up the 90-minute IndyCar practice. There's a den of activity down here right now. This is where it all gets kind of crazy as the Indy Lights guys are coming out. They're making their way up to get lined up for the 100. The IndyCar drivers are finishing up right now. You see Sebastian Bourdais right down there doing an interview, getting set to go. We're going to see if we get a couple of these guys to come down and talk to us right now. Show you some of the action we had just kind of in the last 20 minutes of practice right here. As again, there were more than 1,500 laps turned by the field of 33 in the span of that 90 minutes here on this hot and just a bit humid afternoon right here. And we saw some really great action, really just a lot of teams trying to get that final setup ready for race day. This is it. Once you're dialed in, this is what you got to go with. And the weather Sunday, for the most part, looks like it's got a chance to be relatively similar to what we saw today. So they'll be able to take a lot away from this. How does the car act in the heat? How does the car act in traffic? And of course, there will be some of the teams that have hung on to some things, and they'll be set to go for Sunday. So here we go. We come back live to pit lane. We see some of the Indy Lights cars are working their way around here right now as that field gets set to go. Top of the hour, and a good look at it. Tony Kanaan, top of the quick six, 225. You see 3 former champions on that list right there as, again, the Indy Lights cars, they're going to go line that grid up at the top of pit lane toward turn 4, and they'll be ready to take their green flag coming up here. It's supposed to go at 1, looks like probably something close to about 1:05 as the afternoon kind of rolls along right here, right now. We're just taking a peek down here to see if anybody's wandering in our direction. We'll figure it out. We got another 15 minutes. We'll come back to you here. It's a den of activity as the weekend is going to be all along. Alyssa has some more for us on some traffic for the weekend ahead.
There are a lot of options for transportation to the track this year, and one way is by scooter. IMS is working with Lime Scooter to provide this spot at the corner of 10th and Allison Way as scooter parking, and the track is only a short 10-minute walk. 1,000 additional Lime scooters have been deployed across Indianapolis for race weekend. If you do choose to ride a scooter to the track, Lime will be replacing the low-charge scooters dropped at the designated spot with ones that are fully charged, so you have a dependable ride after the race. Another way to avoid the traffic is by joining the annual Bike to the 500 event. Riders leave from City Market right around 9:30 on Sunday morning. The police-escorted ride cuts through bumper-to-bumper cars, and riders park right outside of Gate 1. Now, if you want to ride in a car and choose to go with a rideshare app like Uber or Lyft, you should check ahead. Uber is allowing riders to reserve a car in advance of the race. And if scootering or biking isn't your style, there are a ton of shuttle services available for a price of around $30 or more. I'm Alyssa Donovan, RTV6.
Alyssa, thank you very much. Now, Raphael, I'm going to try to convince you to just pull me in a wagon on Sunday here so that we won't run into any traffic. Are you down for that?
I'm down for that because I know of someone who builds wagons made out of Indy cars.
Oh,
he's from Arizona. He comes every year, so on Sunday, I will have him meet us on Georgetown Road. Perfect. And I will be more than happy to bring you inside.
I like it.
I mean, you know what I'm talking about?
Look, that is
Connections.
teamwork.
Connections.
All right.
Well, our Carb Day coverage continues here on RTV6. What a beautiful day. Well, let's get out of the way. Let's just zoom in and enjoy the moments.
All the fun everyone is
the
having.
sights. It's a great day in Indianapolis. Our Carb Day coverage continues right here on RTV6.
Indianapolis Motor Speedway. This is Trackside 6.
It is Carb Day here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We're having a lot of fun.
We are. This is a blast.
Breaking news, I can see my shadow.
Which is great, and that's a big shadow.
Yeah, I mean, if the groundhog sees a shadow, that means one thing. If the weatherman sees a shadow, that means sunshine for the day.
And what does that
wink,
mean
wink.
for the rest of the weekend?
I mean, you know, Mr. Clausen's been handling this, but here's what I'll say. It's all timing. So the last 2 mornings, we've had showers and thunderstorms, and then it squelches it for the day. And so I think that's the best case scenario. It's all going to come down to a matter of timing. I'm going to do one thing. I want to show you the flower, the official flower of the Motor Speedway. Stay right here.
Okay,
we'll do that, all right.
We will be right here until Kevin Gregory gets back.
To have Kevin Gregory pick flowers for you, Meredith, is beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Hey, can I ask you a scientific question? I don't want to put you on the spot, but we were talking about air masses and the shifting of an air mass could change the weather pattern. So what does that look like since you are our chief scientist? What does that mean?
What we talk about is the humidity has been supercharged, right, over the last few days. So we get our humidity from the Gulf of Mexico, and now we're getting our humidity from the ground because it's so saturated. So that puts a lot more moisture in the air. So what you need for thunderstorms is a trigger. And there's a frontal boundary, the dividing line between the cooler air to the north and the warm, humid air. So if the warm air expands to the north, it'll push the boundary, the firing zone for thunderstorms to the north. But right now, it looks like it's staying within range to keep that chance for thunderstorms.
Can we use those big, huge fans to push it up further? No?
Whatever it takes. Hello, ladies.
So
I think we could use all these fans to get a little energy going, that's for certain.
So as you know, we do hiring Hoosiers on RTV6.
Yes.
During race day, you can hire me to take all the pictures for Kevin Gregory. So
no kidding.
I am
you
the
have
official
turned into
photographer
a photographer
for Kevin Gregory. So this is what we do.
He has fans from all over the place. And our Brad Brown is inside. I'm going to let these guys finish this up. We want to get to Brad right now. Brad, what's going on out there?
We're not taking nearly enough selfies out here, Meredith. I don't know. We're just minutes away from the Indy Lights race getting set to go. Let's take a look right over here in the blue racing suit. Robert McGinnis will start on the pole position for the Indy Lights Freedom 100. Coming up here in just a few minutes. He's got the helmet on, getting set to get in on this as 11 cars will get set to run themselves 40 laps around this course. And think about the guys who are running in this race on Sunday that ran in this Freedom 100 not all that long ago. The likes of Colton Herta was just in this race last year. Kyle Kaiser, Joseph Newgard, going back Ed Carpenter all those years ago, ran in this race. This is the next generation of IndyCar stars, and one of these guys is going to make their way to Victory Circle here on Carb Day at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Let's take a look at the video from the last part of practice here. They just wrapped up about 20 minutes ago, and it's the pole sitter Simon Pagenaud ready to lead the field to the green flag on Sunday. He's had a strong month already for Team Penske, winning the Grand Prix, winning his first pole position here in Indianapolis, and on Sunday he'll try to give car owner Roger Penske his 18th victory here in the world's greatest race. He's going to have quite a challenge with him on the front row of this one, as it'll be a couple of cars from Ed Carpenter Racing on positions 2 and 3 when they get things started, including the boss himself, who finished second a year ago, Spencer Pigot on the outside of row 3. Those guys will be up front at the start, but it remains to be seen whether they will be there at the end of 200 laps. Only time will tell. A lot more for you later on in the day here. Tony Kanaan will join Dave first on the news at 6 to recap Carb Day. We'll have your pit stop competition winner as well, and a whole lot more. Raphael, Meredith, the party continues. We're having a great time out here today. We'll see you soon.
The party is underway. It's all about being safe. It's about also enjoying the sounds. And the sunscreen Carolyn from Indianapolis Indianapolis. Go ahead. You got to be safe.
Yes, you have the water misting stations and the sunscreen misting stations.
So your right arm will, oh, okay, now your left arm will be fine. It silently gets you, you know, and people are fooled by a cloudy day and think you're not going to get sunburned, but certainly you are.
Yeah.
What's your name, ma'am?
Carolyn Bowen.
So what's your first memory coming to the track?
Oh, so long ago, the infield.
Yeah, and so,
old.
and so how long ago? How many years?
1974.
See, that's the coolest thing is everybody knows their year, right? And I joke that it's like an anniversary. It's an annual anniversary. Every year you come out, and people are proud of how many years they've been coming to the track.
Absolutely.
I bet you didn't have sunscreen your first year.
No, I did not.
Wisdom comes at about year 10 to 15, and then you got the handle of it.
Yeah.
Carolyn, you are the official RTV6 sunscreen person, so thank you so much. Enjoy the track, enjoy your family, and I'll get you a new bottle. Stop by Sunday. I got you covered, okay?
Right.
Thank you. Enjoy. Watch your step. Thank you, Carolyn.
Anyone coming out here, pack that sunscreen, pack the water, pack your hats, your umbrellas. You're going to need it all.
And a positive attitude, and race fans always seem to have that.
But listen, also download the Storm Shield app just in case, because you want to be safe and you want to be aware. So there's nothing wrong. The Storm Shield app is free. Download it. It's easy. Hopefully, though, no rain.
Yes, and download.
Or at least when we're not here.
The RTV6 app for everything race-wise, additionally, other than the weather, I suppose.
It has been a beautiful day, Carb Day here in Indianapolis. Kevin Gregory, Meredith Barrett, what a day it has been. Enjoy the day.
And we'll see you at 5 again. We'll be back at 5.
Our coverage continues. Have a great day from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.